The Vampire Diaries was a whirlwind of romance, supernatural forces, and epic battles between good and evil. But since March 2017, when the series finale aired, fans have been wondering where their favorites have run off to. Here's what the Vampire Diaries cast is doing today. By the time The Vampire Diaries ended, Paul Wesley was a staple of the show, and not just as the main good guy love interest Stefan Salvatore. He began directing episodes in Season 5 and became a producer during Season 8. Wesley told BuzzFeed, "I spent a year shadowing directors, attending meetings, prepping, sitting in the editing room, etc. Even though I have been working in TV for years, it ended up being such a blessing because I learned invaluable information." This experience behind the camera would prove useful as he started his own production company, Citizen Media, and began making deals of his own. In 2019, Citizen Media partnered with Capital Entertainment to produce Confessions of a Drug-Addicted High School Teacher and Possessed. Wesley signed on to star in Confessions of a Drug-Addicted High School Teacher, so fans can watch a more experienced version of the actor they fell in love with. Actor Ian Somerhalder certainly doesn't care to move away from the vampire genre after starring as Damon Salvatore. The actor signed on to star in the Netflix show V-Wars in 2018. His character, Dr. Luther Swan, races to find a cure for a vampiric disease. IDW Entertainment president David Ozer told Deadline, "We could not have dreamed of a better choice than Ian Somerhalder to bring his keen understanding of this genre and to be a creative force on the series, as well as to serve as a director this season." While he's well cemented in the genre now, Somerhalder had quite a lot of difficulty landing the part of Damon.
Hello, brother.
In September 2019, the actor shared on Instagram, "Who could have ever thought that incredibly stressful week of waiting for an answer, multiple auditions, and ultimately the phone call from my manager and agent, that I had indeed gotten this role of Damon Salvatore in this little CW vampire show called The Vampire Diaries." There wouldn't be a Vampire Diaries if there was no secretly adopted doppelganger for the two hunky vampires to fight over. After starring as both Elena Gilbert and Catherine Pierce on the series, Nina Dobrev moved on to the short-lived CBS comedy Fam in 2019. But her work isn't limited to the small screen. The actress starred in the political drama Run This Town, as well as the 2017 remake of Flatliners. She's also set to star in and produce the upcoming indie comedy Sick Girl. As for anyone expecting a marriage and babies for Dobrev anytime soon, prepare to be disappointed. She told Women's Health in January 2019, "I can and will definitely have both career and family. I'm still working on me. When I do have a family, I can focus my full energy on that, but I'm not ready for it yet." The work she's been doing on herself has involved a lot of working out and taking care of her mental health.
If I start my day off with a workout, I know that the rest of the day will just be infinitely better because it gives me energy.
Not everyone has strayed so far from the Vampire Diaries nest. The sequel series Legacies has already had some familiar faces make appearances. While Candice King has yet to play Caroline for fans again, all hope may not be lost. In September 2019, King posted a tribute to The Vampire Diaries on her Instagram to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the first season. The series co-creator Julie Plec commented, "This is so beautiful, Candice. How far we've traveled together, and so much more to come." Caroline was already mentioned in the show, so perhaps she'll finally appear on screen in the future. King also produces the podcast Directionally Challenged with fellow Vampire Diaries alum Kayla Ewell.
It's an interesting way to exercise vulnerability as well, which I'm not necessarily always good at, and it's a great way to connect with people.
King also noted how much it's allowed the pair to connect with their TV fans. Kat Graham, the actress behind everyone's favorite witch Bonnie Bennett, has been poking her head into multiple projects since The Vampire Diaries ended. She's been doing film work, kicking it with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and expanding her music career. According to her, she's very different from the girl who first stepped onto the set all those years ago. Graham shared with HuffPost, "When I started the show, I didn't really know who I was. I would have to say this character definitely helped me come into my own." Graham has also started to become known for her unbelievable fashions on the red carpet, telling Good Morning America that she gravitates to looks that are both tough and feminine.
being tough and strong, but still a woman, and still feminine, but still absolutely inclusive.
She said of her style, "I felt for so long that nobody got my style. I wasn't on the best dress list. Not that that matters all the time, but I wasn't working with someone who inspired me or made me feel like myself." That certainly seems to have changed if Graham's photographed confidence shows anything. Matthew Davis was one of the few familiar faces on The Vampire Diaries prior to its airing, best known for playing Elwood's one-time love, Werner, in Legally Blonde. He's practically a staple of the Vampire Diaries franchise now, as he's also been on both Legacies and the originals. Playing the character Alaric Saltzman, the actor joked to Collider, "They can't get rid of me." After The Vampire Diaries ran its course, Davis married his longtime girlfriend, Kylie Cassiano, during the 2018 holiday season, immediately after proposing to her. He posted to his Instagram, "When you ask your lover if they want to get married while shopping in the produce section of Erewhon and 3 hours later you're married on Christmas Eve." The two announced they were expecting a baby girl a year later in September 2019. Cassiano thinks that Davis's time on Legacies actually prepared the actor for his most important role as a father, joking to Entertainment Tonight, "I wish I could say that Lizzie and Kaylee are amped up versions of teenage girls, but it's pretty spot on. I think Matt is ready." Sarah Canning had an untimely exit from The Vampire Diaries when her character Jenna died in the Season 2 finale. She would, however, make guest appearances in later seasons. Canning moved on to Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events in 2017, playing the mysterious Jacqueline. She gushed to the Vancouver publication West Ender, "I've had a lot of joyful projects in my life these last couple of years, but she was so much fun to play." Canning had moved to the American South while The Vampire Diaries was filming in Atlanta, but has since returned to her homeland of Canada. While she still acts, the actress has appeared on the CW's Nancy Drew. Canning has taken a shine to writing. She told Terroir in November 2018, "I'm in a place right now where I'm thinking to myself, okay, I want more. I want to be telling my own stories as well. I've written a feature-length script and I'm also working on a couple of other features." Zach Rohrig is another actor who has portrayed his Vampire Diaries character, Matt Donovan, outside of the original series. Even when not in the franchise, Rohrig, who co-stars in USA's Dare Me, still has clear ties to the vampire family. He worked with executive producer Marco Siega on the television show God Friended Me. He also seems particularly close with past cast member Michael Malarkey, who played Lorenzo St. John.
Oh, is this the part where you threatened my mom again? Because that's brave.
Yeah, you're right. That was uncalled for. After all, what has your mom ever done to me? Well, so that one night.
Rohrig began raising his daughter on his own while he was still on The Vampire Diaries. Perhaps that's why he still has such a connection to the show. He told Entertainment Weekly in 2017, "For me, not only has The Vampire Diaries been the longest job I've ever had, but it's been a quarter of my life. I became a parent doing this job. We all started the show, almost all of us, in the midst of some sort of life turmoil, whatever it may have been. And somehow through these 8 years, we've patched ourselves up and are now ready to face the world again." Stephen R. McQueen, who played Jeremy Gilbert, left The Vampire Diaries in 2014 as a series regular. Executive producer Julie Plec explained to Entertainment Weekly at the time, "It's time for him to go out and live his life, and we're actually going to say goodbye to Stephen R. McQueen as a series regular. He's growing up and moving on. He will be out living a real life." Outside of the vampire franchise, McQueen is best known for playing Jimmy Borelli on the television drama Chicago Fire. In 2018, he starred in the Hallmark made-for-TV film Home by Spring and appeared in the series Medal of Honor. Other than that, though, McQueen hasn't been seen very often on our screens. He proposed to longtime girlfriend Ali Silva in January 2018, but by that May, the two had called off their engagement. Notably, McQueen seems to be taking up philanthropy, as he's posted a lot about the Thirst Project on his Instagram. Whatever it is that McQueen is doing in his private life, there will always be fans waiting for Jeremy to return. Michael Trevino seems like he's trying to rack up the most points for supernatural acting roles. After playing the werewolf hybrid Tyler Lockwood in The Vampire Diaries, he's moved on to star in the CW sci-fi Alien series and Roswell reboot Roswell, New Mexico as Kyle Valenti, a human, for now. It seems like the perfect transition for Trevino.
You know, there's still so much supernatural elements around me, enough to where it seems like I'm involved or I have some type of supernatural element to me, but that's not the case.
Trevino is also looking to grow from this experience, as he started shadowing the directors behind the scenes of Roswell to learn more about production. He told Bustle in 2019, "I just wanted to be there and be present and be involved. Where this leads, I don't know, but I'd like to direct at some point, whether it's Roswell or something else. I'm just a sponge right now, just learning." Klaus Mikaelson didn't appear in person until the end of the second season of The Vampire Diaries, but his effect on the series can't be overstated.
Don't you have a dying girl to go punish for all of her sins?
I do, but I won't for you.
He and the rest of the originals were so popular that they got their own spin-off, aptly named The Originals. Actor Joseph Morgan, the man behind Klaus, has appeared in both series extensively, and Klaus's daughter is the star of Legacies, though Morgan is unlikely to make an appearance. That might be because he's going to be busy starring in the series Brave New World. It looks like he'll still have some personal ties to the vampire franchise for years to come, though. Morgan met wife Persia White when he was on set for The Vampire Diaries, and they married in 2014. At that time, White told people that the plan was to soon make, quote, little cute mini Josephs. While that has yet to happen, the couple did produce the short film Carousel with their production company, Night Owl Productions, in 2017. Daniel Gillies might be the Vampire Diaries cast member that's traveled farthest to star in television. Gillies was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, but he grew up in New Zealand. He moved to Los Angeles in the early 2000s due to lack of acting opportunities. The actor told Stay Famous, "I just felt like in the United States there was no ceiling. It was kind of the obvious progression." Gillies is best known for playing Elijah Mikaelson in both The Vampire Diaries and The Originals, the fans of which he said are certainly special.
They're a really specific kind of demographic, actually, but they're ardent fans, and I'm always shocked at the kind of art that I receive from them.
In June 2019, Gillies separated from his wife of 14 years, Rachel Lee Cook of She's All That fame. The couple posted the news to Instagram, saying, "With deep gratitude for every year we have spent together and the thousands of beautiful memories shared, we have mutually decided to separate as a couple. This decision isn't one we have come to easily or lightly. We love and respect each other as parents, people, and artists." Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite stuff are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.